Hello, I am Daniel Cardona, and here you will see an overview of my project, which consists of having an efficient unit readiness. I work as a general engineer supervisor for the military, almost for 15 years now. I have been working in military projects since 2001, and then some of my experience are mostly electrical projects. So trying to develop a project for this class was kind of difficult, but I guess we all go through somehow. So let me get to the introduction. As part of an investigation to develop a solution that enhances the unit or company proficiency and performance, this project was put into action. So factors affecting it could be identified, develop possible solutions, and verify or test if these solutions will help in the problems that we are facing. The company performs horizontal construction projects, and due to a recent change in the scope of work, they will be adding some vertical projects also to their capabilities once the personnel is fully trained. So one of the aspects that were of my concern is the readiness, and that's why the title of this project. The current situation that the unit is facing, in my case we call it unit because it's a unit of the military, but it could be also a company. So the current situation that the unit is facing is difficulties in identifying the candidates that are needed to be trained, and also the time it takes them to get trained and be proficient before they are assigned to a project. If this issue is not resolved soon, then the unit could lose its potential to expand their capabilities and capacities to perform additional projects. That's why I put emphasis on this project to develop a quick solution and something that could be used on and on from the time of implementation. So readiness is the main topic, but readiness is also the affecting factor that is consuming the time the unit has to perform in the daily duties. Readiness we could summarize as how prepared a unit or an individual is to perform a task within the established scope of work. When talking about construction, right? It is important because it could determine whether or not you as a supervisor can perform a project with the available resources and the trained personnel. That's why it is important in keeping a high level of readiness in a unit or company. The other factor that also affects this unit is the leadership. The leadership can affect how subordinate acts when a supervisor tells them what to do, or if you have good leadership skills, this could influence their behavior and positively affect how this personnel performs in any project or in the daily duties towards any goal for the unit, right? In this case, any project. The other factor affecting the readiness is the decision making. Decision making it directly affects readiness. When a project is received, a decision needs to be made right away, or maybe in a time frame. This decision needs to be right in a timely manner, and distribution of the workload that are related to the project needs to be distributed. This task will be assigned to personnel with depending on the level of readiness and training and experience. So decision making is a factor that affects greatly when supervisors are trying to assign this personnel. So we want to take in consideration also all factors that individual might have to give to the project. Supervisors as company leaders or leaders in general have a job to make sure that subordinates are well prepared to perform the job. If not, then the company might be affected in the overall performance. So when dealing with this decision making, we need to ensure the information that we are gathering is properly managed. So when dealing with information in our organization, it is crucial to make the right decisions, and to have the right information in the right format can expedite this decision making, also affecting greatly the efficiency of the decision making process. Here is tabulated numbers of the positions and of the personnel that currently the unit is facing. So it might not be clear for the presentation from here, but also in the next couple of slides I will explain how these numbers are affecting our readiness. So our project goal in general is to identify the factors that affect the unit's performance towards readiness, and how evaluations are identified as an efficiency limiting factor that affects also the performance of the unit. The obtained information in this project was processed and tabulated in a manner not just to have a better visual idea, but also to have a comparable medium so we could develop possible solutions. The solution in this case consisted in merging some of the tasks that were identified as not needed or maybe not necessarily in that time frame. So we try to reduce that time to the shortest time possible, so the rest of the time it could be assigned to some other task. Also regarding the current evaluation system, it didn't consider a level of proficiency and experience needed to have a better idea when assigning the new task. So we targeted that area too. We added to the evaluation system a level of proficiency that will allow supervisors to have a better idea of what to expect from that person when assigning them to a task or a project. So having a comprehensive system that integrates all this information accurately, it could help in not just raising the efficiency of the unit, but also the making a decision properly. And that's kind of the goal that we are trying to achieve with these results and proposed goals or proposed timelines. In this slide, you could see the tabulated information that we have, at least for the days that it will take a regular person to get trained and get to the project. An estimated of 118 days were in the current process, while the proposed solution was to merge some of those tasks in that time frame, allowing us to reduce those 118 days to 73. That is almost a 38% decrease in the time that it takes an individual to get trained and be proficient. So when combining all these ideas into place, not only you use the maximum time effectively, but also you could have a better idea on when to expect that person to be back fully ready to perform in your company, or in this case in my unit. So an achievable of almost 38% in the days is a well desired number. Following up, we conclude that the process it helped the unit to have a better idea on how to use this time, and also how to make evaluations that are more accurately for individuals, so we can have a better understanding when we have to make a decision when assigning a task to persons in the project. So every time we think on how to increase efficiency in a process, we think on the time management. So analyzing the current timeline for processes can give us an idea on how to optimize the usage of this time. So this project focused on the time it takes a person to get trained, because readiness is one of the affecting factors. We want to make sure that the person doesn't lose any time between getting trained and being proficient and be assigned as soon as possible to a project. So that's why it's very important. Also, consideration of the current evaluations help in optimizing the efficiency of the decision-making process. When we have a complete evaluation that has all the details that we need as supervisors, also can increase the productivity, because we know how this person could perform. I believe also it gives us an idea on how to develop this person to keep on gaining more experience towards the future projects. So when we have a system that is this complete, that takes all kinds of information and process them in a correct manner, it could affect the efficiency of a unit. So this concludes my presentation. I don't know if there's any question, if there's any room, please leave us on any comments on the video. Thank you for the opportunity to develop some of these solutions and the skills needed to perform this project. I know it wasn't easy, but at least I'm trying to do my best. So thank you and have a good day.